What's going on, world? Welcome back to channel 3.4. This is an episode of Music Felt by Me, and today we're going to be reacting to Easy Mill featuring Eminem with a song called Realest. Interested to hear. Easy Mill just signed with Shady Records. Pretty cool. They got a track together that fast. It was just a couple weeks ago. They announced, if even a week or so ago, maybe even less, more recently than that. But yeah, interesting they got a track knocked out and out already. Interesting, you could tell Eminem has a big influence on Easy Mill's style. I like the first few songs I heard from Easy Mill. I reacted to some of his more recent records on lives. I say recent, one of the last few times I was live on YouTube reacting to music, his music was suggested, and I wasn't as big of a fan of those records, so I'm not really sure exactly what to expect here from Easy Mill. Being with Eminem, we'll see. You know, he obviously has the Eminem influence, so I'm interested to check it out. Let's get right into it. Easy Mill featuring Eminem, Realest.
If I was in the Philippines, he'll be like my motherfucking Malcolm X, my Martin Luther King, because
obviously, too, just throwing this out there beforehand, there's going to be pausing, and probably a lot of it. And not just only pausing, but I'm going to have to cut segments of the song out just because of copyright claims and whatnot. So, just a little warning. Can't say I didn't tell you so, straight up.
I'm on whatever you want. I ain't gonna talk on the phone. Keep that some energy fucking with enemies. Just getting tempted to run in your home.
I like his approach here. I like the instrumental early. Hard-hitting, laid back though. Mellow, melodic. Really kind of easy-going beat. Easy. Whatever. Yeah, kind of laid back beat, but the drums are really profound in this. And I like how he came in. I'm on whatever you want. I ain't gonna talk on the phone. Like, just like really chill, right? Not a lot of high energy, kind of that kickback. Reminds me a little bit of the Adventures of Moon Man and Slim record with Cudi and Eminem, where it was just very much Kid Cudi's style. And then Eminem just rapped on the song, where this wasn't like, this doesn't feel like Easy Mill trying to do more than what he wants to do here. This feels very comfortable for him. And he says, keep that same energy fucking with enemies. It's getting tempting to run in your home. So, all right then.
Yeah, do it alone. Cudi said, wait on my homes. Don't just go hit him, cause I gotta drive. You focus on aiming that blick of this dome. No.
Okay. All right, so, hang on.
But
he says, buddy, I do it alone. Cudi said, word to my homes. Don't just go hit him, because I got to drive. You focus on aiming that blick at his dome. No cap, right? So aiming the blick at the dome, right? You get him with a headshot, your cap gets blown off, get your cap peeled back. But also, I got to do this thing. I have to drive. I have to remain focused. And also, I got drive, right? Like, he has motivation and focus and things to pursue. So you focus on aiming, like, you can do all that. It's almost kind of like a double scenario here. I don't just go doing crazy shit because I got drive. I got places I want to be, right? You focus on aiming that blick at his dome, no cap. So he's saying, like, no lie, you're out here doing street shit while I'm working, right? Like, I'm focusing on my work stuff. But also, it's like he's telling his friend or someone in the car with him, he says, buddy, I do it alone. Cudi said, word to my homes. So it's like he's saying that he could do it by himself, but it's almost like Cudi or his friend here, whatever, told him, like, word or whatever. He says, I don't just go hit him because I got to drive. It's almost like he's telling him, you focus on aiming that blick at his dome, right? You focus on that. Make sure you get the shot because I'm the one driving. Make sure you get the right shot. That's kind of how I take it, but I don't know. It may be not, because he says he does things alone, so maybe there isn't a second shooter or a second person in the car.
no blick of this dome. No cap. You motherfuckers be lucky as fuck that ain't nobody envious of you enough. Take it from me like a brother.
What a simple bar. What a simple bar. Much like West Side Boogie, right? Very poetic, and the points he makes are just really interesting. You motherfuckers be lucky as fuck that ain't nobody envious of you enough. Right? So it's like, yeah, everyone wants the limelight, everyone wants to be stars, everyone wants to make a ton of money. He says, yeah, you should be lucky that there aren't people that are envious of you, or envious enough of you to want to do something to you, right? Because you become a threat, or you become a target the more successful you get. Yeah, wow. Really well put, interesting, poignant point. I like how he phrased that.
World where he double what he did because he learned, give it up and can fucking turn. I'm the realest in the business and everybody.
Not a bad verse. Not a whole lot there, right? I mean, like, it's not too complex, not super convoluted or anything. Very simple, very straight up. I kind of like that, though. You know, a lot of people, when they rap with Eminem, they try to do too much, and they're trying to, you know, match the energy or whatever. I like that Easy Mill stayed true to, like, his sound, his flow, his cadence, his energy, rode the instrumentation really well. Really like this beat. I thought it just sounded good. Sounded really good. Yeah, hook is wordy. Hook is wordy. It kind of reminds me of that. Is it Welcome to D Block? City of broke down dreams with things ain't always peachy keen as they seem. City of broke down, broke down fiends. It's just really wordy. Not as long as the Welcome to D Block hook, but a lot of words packed into the hook. This one is even more, like, really packed in. I like the melody behind it. I like the timing of it. It's just some of the words you gotta feel a little crammed in there.
I got hit in the head, barely survived that shit. Minus a 9 from 10, Eminem spot still sits. But fuck a position, I'm tuning in.
I got hit in the head, barely survived that shit. Minus a 9 from 10, Eminem's spot still sits. Right, so he's still saying that the number 1 spot, like 9 from 10, is 1. That's Eminem's spot. He still sits there. This is fucking position. I'm just trying to get him to tune in, right? He's like, just listen to me. I'm not worried about being top 5 or top 10 or number 1. I'm just trying to get him to tune in. Oh boy, okay. I'm not a huge sucker for fast flows, but I like that the beat even picked up pace there. Like, I'm very big when things happen in sync, you know, and people that just rap really fast, like over beats. It's like, okay, it's impressive, people can do that. But I like when the energy shifts, right? Like, shout out to Jaylen Brown, richest man in the NBA right now, or richest contract. But, you know, the energy is about to shift, right? Like, it feels like that kind of moment. You know, you kind of felt this swell instrumentally, and then and he just was right on time with it. And then while I rap, they consider me a Gatling, filling up mags. I'm fitting to go clapping, getting that bag either with the goat bee rabbit or with a gold bee rabbit. I know they hate this flow, right? So he's saying, I know they hate this. And then he just jumps right in. That's awesome. What I just say about doing things on time, right? Instead of setting the bed up, I let up with the Beretta, make it do, right? And at the same time, you hear pop, 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 right? Like, instrumentally, you hear the gunshots worked into the beat there on You Bitches in Front of PETA. So he says, yeah, right in front of PETA, because I'm kind of getting fed up believing y'all wet. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be like on you bitches, right? Like female dogs right in front of PETA, or if it's just supposed to be like I'm killing you right in front of like this animal. I don't know. I would assume the play on bitches there is supposed to be like female dogs right in front of PETA. But yeah, instrumentally, that's right on time. Again, sonically, it just makes it feel so in sync, so cohesive. Everybody gonna be envious of my beginnings. Got a circus for the sinners who bodies just start trying to be another. I'm the realest in the business, and everybody gonna be envious of my beginnings. Right? I like it. I say it's catchy. The melody is. The words themselves, like I said, it's kind of wordy. It's not something everyone's gonna like memorize very easily, right? It's not the most sing-alongable one, but the people that know the hook are gonna rap the shit out of this hook. Good to me, huh? But when they say that I'm only top 5 cause I'm white, why would I be stunned? My skin color still working against me, cause second I should be the none. Okay, so he's kind of coming in here, times. Coming in here, I know I probably broke up this little punch here, but we'll go back and catch it. So he's basically saying, hip-hop's been good to me. I probably shouldn't be complaining much. But through hip-hop, he's still experiencing challenges based on the color of his skin, right? And exclusively in hip-hop, where he's facing these hardships or obstacles and judgments based on his skin color. They're saying, even though hip-hop's been good and I shouldn't complain, you know, when they say I'm only top 5 because I'm white, why should I be stunned, right? Like, it's just like, yeah, well, there you go again, you know.
My skin color's still working against me, cause second I should be the none. Being white, they might have put me at 5. Nope, that's why they can't put me at 1.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really, really well done. Speaking on both things, right? Some people say Eminem gets placed in the top 5 just because he's white. The reason y'all even think he's top 5 is because he's white. Commercial success, right? The marketability, whatever, all these things. He sells a lot of records, big deal. But he says, the reason why I'm 5 ain't because I'm white. I'm top 5 because I'm good. I'm top 5 because I'm skilled. Me being white is the reason why they can't put me at 1. Fuck, that's a really good point. Like, that's a really good way to explain that. It's self-aware in understanding it would look crazy for y'all to place me at 1. I get it. Me being white is the reason why you can't comfortably or confidently say I'm the best rapper of all time. I'm number 1 because I'm white. It's acknowledging that the ownership of the black genre of music and hip-hop, right? Like, I get that I can't be number 1 because I'm white, but I'm also not number 5 because I'm white. Oh, what an interesting, the duality of that point is really, really interesting. I'm not number 1 because I'm white, but I'm not number 5 because I'm white. Oh boy, really, really, really interesting perspective to kind of throw out there. I like that line a lot. That's actually one of my favorite M lines in a while, because it really makes you think, right? And not in the way that it's like he bent 50 words and put them all together. It's like, oh shit, he meant this and that, and oh, if you dig a little bit deep, it's not that. It's like philosophically, psychologically speaking, this is really interesting. Wow.
Is I'm not playing in the clubs. Motherfucker put a cork in it. And the reason they still play your shit in the clubs is because you still perform in them.
Oh boy. Oh boy. God damn. Again. Wow. Okay, so, you know, I think I've talked before on the channel about, I know that he's mad that people kind of write him off or don't like his music as much or whatever, and he speaks about that a lot. And I respect his feelings about that. He's entitled to his opinion. But I feel like he's rapped a lot, and he's rapped very bitterly, and even self-aware, saying, oh, they're going to say I come off as a hater, I sound bitter, or whatever. It's not that he's, I mean, sometimes he does sound better, but sometimes there is a little bit of the, I'm better than you say I am. And he raps about how good he is at rapping a lot. He does do that a lot. And as a big Eminem fan, those moments kind of get, like, redundant to me, I guess. And this is, I was a little worried as we were getting into this one, like, here we go again. Like, yeah, I'm better. But this is actually providing, it's not just I'm better than I think, or this is not just I'm better than you think I am, you're too dumb to get it. It's not that. This isn't that. This is actually like well thought out responses to things that have been said about him, right? So the whole thing about being top 5, I'm not top 5, I'm not 5 because I'm white, is the reason they can't put me at 1. And here saying their only retort is that they don't play me in clubs. shut up, put a cork in it. The only reason they play you in clubs is because you still perform in them. I'm doing stadiums. I'm doing full arenas. I'm not performing at fucking some local Miami nightclub that's paid people to come promote, or you need me to come show up to the party to get things up. Like, I'm not doing appearances in bars and clubs anymore. I got bigger things going on. So yeah, they still bump your music there because you're still very integrated into what they're doing. I don't think that's the 100% truth. Like, I don't think Eminem makes very club friendly or club centric music. But interesting point though. Like, you care so much about the club because that's where you perform and that's where you exist and that's where you hang out, and that's where your money is coming from. It's from clubs. My money is coming from bigger arenas, stadiums. Interesting. Really good, really creative response there. And that is the only retort is I'm not playing in clubs. Motherfucker, put a cork in it. The only reason they still play your shit in the clubs is because you still perform in them. Oh, that's a bar.
But I turn this bitch to a mansion, death and expansion, made it gargantuan. England, Germany, France, and Japan's in this bitch, even Dubai. Because my music, they Dubai, you die trying to...
Yeah, okay. So he says, yes, I'm a guest in this house, but I've made this bitch a mansion. Built an expansion. Made it gargantuan. Right? England, Germany, France, and Japan's in this bitch. Even Dubai. Because my music, they do buy. Okay. Yeah, alright. It's a little like the artichoke. That's how likely you are to choke. Because you know you'd get washed like a bar of soap, you pussy. You wouldn't give a cigar to smoke. And I know that it eats at your heart like an artichoke because you know that's how likely you are to choke. So it eats at your heart like an artichoke, right? Because when people eat artichoke, they're eating the heart of the artichoke. That's the heart. That's what it's called. That's the part of the artichoke that we eat. This is because you know that's how likely you are to choke. It eats at your heart like an artichoke because you know that's how likely you are to choke. So the comparison between eating at your heart like an artichoke is like how likely you are to choke, because you're very, very likely to choke, especially when it comes to engaging with me. You're gonna wind up with nothing to say. You're gonna choke. You're gonna flop here. But also, interesting little maybe botanist fact here: the heart of the artichoke is actually surrounded by what they call the choke, right? Which is an interesting thing, because I don't know if that just like translated differently, like if it was the artichoke, like the heart of the choke, because the heart is the heart of the choke of the artichoke. This is getting to be a lot. But if you look at like a diagram of what the like stems and everything's called, surrounding the heart is the choke of the artichoke. So also, eating your heart like an artichoke, that's how likely you are to choke. It's also like the heart of the artichoke is, the heart is to the artichoke what the choke is to the heart of the artichoke. Sorry, eating your heart out is to the artichoke what the heart of the artichoke is to the choke of the artichoke. You know what I mean? If you followed that, God bless you.
Rap experts, sip up your caps and close your mouths. Bet you ain't been on this planet long enough to tell me how rap's supposed to sound.
Okay, so he's kind of old man yelling at cloud here. I get it. Gen Z is acting like rap experts. Zip up your yaps and close your mouths. Bitch, you ain't been on this planet long enough to tell me how rap's supposed to sound. So, you know, the guy that's experienced and been there a while, you know, probably can say, I am still executing the art form that I came to know, right? But if new generations, music is ever moving, hip-hop is ever changing, you know, I don't necessarily think that, I think there are inexperienced or uninformed people, misinformed people that think that they can dictate to you that what you're doing is wrong, as opposed to just acknowledging the fact that they don't like the thing you do and they prefer this other style more, right? And as opposed to just sitting in this, I don't like him, I like him, I don't like that music, I like this music. It's interesting to tell someone who's been doing rap music for a long time that they're doing it wrong. It'd be like telling a country star that they're making bad rap music. Right? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, I'm making what I make, and you cannot like it, and you can like other country music or whatever. So I get the point there, but also, like, I don't love the idea of, like, saying just because people are young and they don't like something doesn't mean that, like, they're wrong either. You know what I mean?
Y'all need to stick to what you do best. Shooting schools up back, go little browns in your parents' gats, and go to class and let off the strap and go to town.
Yo. Well, all right then. All right then. Jesus. Don't tell me you ain't been around long enough to tell me how rap's supposed to sound. Y'all need to stick to what you do best. Shooting schools up gat, go load up rounds in your parents' gats, and go to class and let them off with the strap and go to town. So basically saying, like, y'all need to shut the fuck up about what I do and just do what you do best, which seems to be like mass shootings, which is wild. School shootings, that's crazy. Wow. That'll work its way around for sure, right? Like, that's gonna become the thing from this one. Wow. Jeez. That is loud. And people are gonna be mad, like, oh look, he's making fun of school shootings or whatever. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't think he's making fun of the people that died. I think he's saying that this generation is in no position to tell me what I should do when y'all are doing something real wild. Like, I say offensive shit, y'all literally go and do this. And it's painting with a broad brush, which is unfair, and obviously not every single Gen Zer is into that type of thing. And, you know, there's been shootings that were previous to Gen Z, and, you know, so it's not even a fair or accurate statement, but it is one of those ones where it's like his ego, when you're in an argument, you try to hurt the other person more, you know, and I think that he tried to, like, reach right there and kind of punch down a little bit.
It's 5 and Grim is the flash, but boy, there's someone who really is furious down his path, his wrath avoid, and I'll be the last.
Oh, he's going into Melly Mel. I didn't know where this had. Yeah, okay. All right. Shout to the Furious 5 and Grandmaster Flash, but boy, there's someone who really is furious. Stay out his path, his wrath avoid.
Avoid, and I'll be the last to toy with the truth that his brain is like half destroyed, like a meteor hit it. And with Melly Mel, he lost his asteroids.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all right. Yeah. So he's saying, you know, his wrath avoid. I'll be the last to toy with this juice head. His brain is like half destroyed, like a meteor hit it. Well, there went Melly Mel. We lost his asteroids. It's like asteroids, meteor, like he got hit in the head with a meteor. His brain's like half destroyed, like he got, like a meteor hit it. Well, there went Melly Mel. Like, here lies Melly Mel. May he rest in peace. I'll be the last to toy with this juice head. His brain's like half destroyed, like a meteor hit it. Well, there went Melly Mel. He lost his asteroids, right? So it's like, taking steroids, right? The juice head. So it's like he's basically just turned himself into this fucking roided up person. And I guess you could even maybe play on like hemorrhoids. I don't know the personal status update on Melly Mel's rectal situation, obviously, but we lost his ass to roids. You know, it could just be a play on, well, we lost his ass to steroids, but also with like hemorrhoids, you could play on the ass roids. I'm not sure if there's maybe there's some story there I'm just not aware of, but that stuff. So he's saying this, you know, he's all steroided up, he's fucking going crazy, he's mad, he's very mad at the world right now. His wrath avoid. I'd be the last to toy with his juice head. His brain is like half just like he's fucking roided out of his head. Oh, wow.
Bottom at the bottom of the barrel, brought him in the world where the mother was inviting him, and his father was a coward, taught him as a child when the fucking body was around, how to get himself up and out of poverty, and now not even the ground.
You know, I'm not typically like huge on the, okay, we're gonna finish with a big way too fast Eminem verse. This isn't that bad. I like that it was kind of synced up with what Easy Mill did as well. You know what I mean? They've kind of followed the same path here. And he says, and God was like, I got him, but I'm going to start him at the bottom of the barrel, brought him in the world where the mother was on Valium and his father was a coward, taught him as a child that when the fucking nobody was around, that he had to get himself up out of poverty. So it's kind of, you know, using the fast flow here to talk about, is like he knew God had him. It's like he knows that he was always destined to make it, but he just had to experience these challenges early on. God's like, I got him, but I'm going to start him at the bottom of the barrel. Brought him in the world where the mother was on Valium and his father was a coward. You know, he's going to tell him. He's going to say it. Good verse. Really good verse. The artichoke thing, you know, you could say was a little, okay. And he's got, you know, he's always good for a couple of those. His punches, man, how would I say it? Like, he puts it all out there, right? So, like, some of his punches, you'd be like, God damn, I hate that line, right? But someone else might be like, oh, that's so funny. Or I never thought about that, or whatever. Like, it's so subjective, especially when it comes to humor. You never know what people are going to find, like, witty or funny, right? So, like, he takes chances, and he lays it all out there. But there's a lot of times where the fucking even some of his less complex punches really hit on this one. Like, I think his points were really good. And I say all the time, a focused, targeted Eminem is the best Eminem when he's got a topic that he really wants to address. Like I said, I feel like we've kind of gone over this topic before, but this was done a little different. This was done in a way that felt way more well thought. And it wasn't just emotional. It wasn't just anger. It wasn't just ego in play. It was, there's almost some philosophical parts to prove his point or to show light on his perspective, which is not always exactly what he was doing. And some of it was just in flex style too. He was just saying, I'm fucking good, which is fine. It's hip hop, it's rap, I get it. But this one just seemed very intellectually inspired, and like he really was able to express what he thought about a few things. And not that it's the greatest piece of writing I've ever heard, but just interesting perspective provided, especially early in this verse, and then kind of getting into the Melly Mel thing. I also wondered too, like with the game, because he kind of responded to the game there with the clubs line. They don't play me in clubs or whatever. That's because you're still performing them. Yeah, well, should be a little bit of a game reference there too.
I'm just playing, Gen Z. You know I love you.
Oh God. So you know what that means. That's funny. I'm just playing America. You know I love you. I'm just playing ladies. You know I love you. I'm just playing Diddy. You know I love you. I'm just playing Gen Z. You know that's funny. Is there another one? I feel like there's a couple more of those. I'm just playing. I got to tell you, I'm really impressed. Really good M verse there. Didn't feel repetitive. It didn't feel like he was just rapping a rap. It felt like he had something to bring to the table. Easy Mill was very comfortable. Not the most lyrical display from him, but also had a couple really good lines in there, like you motherfuckers are lucky that people aren't envious of you enough, right? I like that line a lot. I really enjoyed the record. I like it. I think it's actually replayable. It's definitely like listenable. Its replay value is better than a lot of M records lately, and yeah, I like it. And the Gen Z thing is going to be big, I'm sure. So Easy Mill will either die on the flame of the fire Eminem started, or it's going to get a lot of clicks. It's going to get a lot of clicks. It's going to get a lot of attention. So good for them. And good for Easy Mill, I guess. You know what I mean? But yeah, they say no, there's no such thing as bad press. Like, no press is bad press, or no bad, whatever. it's going to be attention, at least. So, and that seems to be like the currency these days. So, yeah. I like that record, though. That's actually really, really replayable. I like that song a lot more than I expected to. That's good, man. That's really good. If I had to rate it, I'm going to go... I liked it a lot, actually. It's sound. It's really sound. It's solid. If I'm going to rate it, I'll go... Actually, 9 on the button. 9.0. Throw that up there. And that's going to do it for me. Everyone, let me know. Comment down below what other songs should I react to. And, you know, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Music Felt by Me. This is Channel 3.4. Be safe, be real, don't forget to pursue your own happiness, and shit, I'll catch y'all on the next one.